Anisha, thank you very much for joining us. We're at Toka Social here in Westfield in White City. Women in football have held a really positive event here today, talking about how people make that transition from playing into a different avenue of football. For our listeners who don't know, you're a footballer, you play for Fulham, but you also work for the FA as well. Can you give our audience a little bit of an idea about your career and what you do and how you've got to where you are today, sort of thing?
Yeah, of course. I started my career off at Chelsea's academy, and then when I was 16 I went out to America, out to university, did 4 years out there. I came back and played at Portsmouth for a couple seasons. I then ended up at Fulham, and I also do a full-time job at the FA.
And how do you find balancing working while trying to forge a career for yourself in the world of football?
It's hard, but it's manageable. I've learned so many new skills from it, time management, communication, them all. So just having the balance of them both, it's been really exciting for me.
And I suppose every week is different, but what would an average kind of week look like for you in terms of work, but also football as well?
So my job is Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I work in my office, which is Wembley Stadium, which is pretty cool. I go in there twice a week, normally a Wednesday or Thursday as well. And the Thursdays I go to football as well. So I'll get up in the morning, travel into work, come home, get in my car, go to football training and not get back until 10 at night, and then do it all over again.
Is it difficult having to switch your mentality from, right, I'm working at the FA, to right, now you've got to switch on and now you've got to get ready for training or your next match, or maybe you're watching clips of who you're going to be coming up against at the weekend? Is it quite difficult making that sort of switch from working to football and having to kind of switch that on and off?
Yeah, but I think being involved in football and my life is so much football, it's so much easier doing the switch. Everyone at work's asking me how I've done on a Monday morning call, like, how have you done this weekend, Anisha? Like, what's the score? Like, have you scored? Like, got any assists? So being in that environment at work has definitely helped me as well on the football pitch, knowing that they're so much supportive of me. But yeah, like, it's just a bit of both, isn't it? Like, they love it.
And we've seen how popular women's football has become in the last few years, and the amount of young girls that are playing it now. But unfortunately, like the men's game, careers and the professional side of things, particularly if you want to be a footballer, are tough. So events like today, just how important is it for young girls to have that backup? So if unfortunately they can't make it professionally in the game, they've still got that backup where they still might be able to play semi-professionally while having a job and still being able to have that sort of career that they love in the world of football.
Yeah, I think it's so important, especially for me, going to tell younger girls, like, you can do it. I think right now it's not known. I don't know many people that do a full-time job and play football. So making girls way more aware of that this is an avenue that you can go down, and it be positive, I think is really good.
And you were talking in the talk as well about how potentially clubs can do more to help young girls and maybe, open them up to different experiences, whether it is after training, giving them an hour in the marketing department, or an hour working in the press department, or an hour maybe working in the fitness side of things. How important do you think that is to try and help young girls stay within the game as well?
I think it's so important, like I mentioned earlier on, having the opportunity, gathering those experiences, different skills. Obviously, you come off the football pitch, you're always asking yourself maybe like, what's next? Whereas if you do have those opportunities to go visit the marketing department or be a physiotherapist, like, knowing the what's next is just down the road or right next to you in the club situation, I think is so important.
When you were just starting out, did you know that there was other avenues that you could potentially go down, or is that something you've just learned from a period of time?
I had no idea when I was younger that all these opportunities were out there. I just thought I turned up at the football pitch, do my job, and I went home. I didn't know you could be a physiotherapist. I didn't know you could work in media or comms or even HR or finance. I had no idea those roles existed. And only it's come to me now recently that there's so many opportunities out there within football other than being on the football pitch. So
And what would your advice be to young girls out there today who might be watching this and, you know, thinking about how they take their next steps?
My advice is just take every opportunity as it comes, and make sure in that opportunity you enjoy it. I think that's one of the main things, like making sure that you're having fun, enjoying it, and being in the best place that supports you.
And let's move on to the Women's Euros. We can hear the comms in the background here. We're a week or so into the tournament now. Which teams have caught your eye so far?
Spain. They've done really well, scored so many goals as well, and I was watching through their highlights. I think they're definitely a contender up there as well, to be being a champion of the Euros. But obviously England, we want to obviously have another Euros to our name, so hopefully it's a good result today.
And what have you made of England's progress so far? Obviously defeat to France, but all to play for heading in today's game against Holland.
It's only one game, and we have a whole tournament left. So I don't think we need to get too downhearted on ourselves. I think it's a long tournament, and we have so many more games left to play. 2 more, especially in our group. And if we can perform today and against Wales, I think we've got a great chance.
And who are the England players that you're excited to see and watch during this tournament?
Kira Walsh. Oh, amazing. The goal against France the other night, wow, I feel like she's definitely underrated, and to definitely pull out that and everyone to see that she's got that in her locker. I'm so excited to see what's next from her.
Would you potentially like to see Grace Clinton come into the side and,
Yes.
and work with her?
And Ella Toone as well is definitely coming to the side tonight, so I'm good to see her starting.
And lastly, then, we've mentioned some of the nations so far, but who's your money on? Who do you think's going to win it?
England, of course.
The correct answer right there. Thank you so much for joining us. I
very
really
much.
appreciate it, and best of luck with
Thank you very
everything
much.
that's going on.